Now, about a week or so's back, me and old Jose's is on the homes tabs. It's the weekends. We's having our fun. Well, come along's about Sunday afternoons. We's runs out of the alcohols. And the little towns which we's has established our residencies in don't sell the alcohols in the convenience stores on the Sundays. So we got one choice. We's got to go to the bars. Now, you would think, after that little excursions with the Ford Pintos, I would have learnt my lessons on letting old Jose's goes and drives us to the bars. But I ain't. Why, after all, he done went and done the upgrades. He done went and traded that Ford Pintos in for a classic 1982 model Chevy Benz. All blacked out from fronts to backs, including the windows. Looking somewhat like something you might see the pedophiles is driving. Got the rust holes all surrounds the bottoms of it. Why, I don't even see how the body stays attached to the frames. Got the cardboard cut out license plates, which reads lost tag, which I don't believe old Jose's ever went and got the tags for it, because I do believe that's the same cardboard cut out tags that he has on the Ford Pintos. Anyways, he fires her up. She goes to smoking like somebody crop dusting their cornfields or something. He says we got to stop every 10 minutes to get some fresh airs, because if we goes 12 minutes, we's going to pass out from the carbon monoxide. Anyways, that's what we do. We heads on over to the bars. We gets there, we starts to walk on in, and just as we gets to the doors, the close sign comes on. Oh Lord, it's only 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Somebody must have got sick or something. Anyways, we go on to the next bars. We gets on up to the doors, when you knows, the close sign comes on. Oh Lord, it must be an epidemic or something. Anyways, there's a couple of more bars in towns. We'll go on to another one. Wouldn't you knows, every bars we comes to's, we gets to the doors and the close signs comes on. Why, it's like they sees us a-coming or something. I don't understand it. We don't cause no troubles unless the troubles comes to us. Anyways, we ain't got no other choice. We's gonna have to go on over to the next towns, and we got to hurry because I'm starting to get to Joneses. I ain't had a drinks in the last couple of minutes or so's. Takes us an hour and 45 minutes to go 17 miles to the next towns, because we's having to stop every 10 minutes and gets us a 30 minutes air breaks. Anyways, we finally gets on over there. We pulls on in to the first rinky-dink, hole-in-the-wall, rat's nest bars that we comes to. We walks on up into the place, walks in. Well, wouldn't you knows, they got our pictures up on the walls. Look at here, Jose's. We done went and got famous. They knows who we is. Oh, Jose's points out the sign underneath our pictures, which reads, we reserve the rights to refuse services to whomever we chooses, especially these 2 characters here. Why, I don't even know what they means by that. It ain't like we've got the criminal records or something. Well, we do's have the criminal records. But it's just a technicalities. We ain't never hurt nobody's what didn't come trying to hurt us. Anyways, they tries to rush us on out to bars, tells us they ain't gonna serve us. And old Jose Suave starts the sweet talking the bartender fillies, talks her into selling us a couple of bottles of the tequilas, and we goes on out and drinks it in the vans in the parking lots if it's okay, and that's what we do. Well, about the times we finish off that there first bottles of the tequilas, we get to tapping on the doors. When you know, it's the little bartender fillies. She says, now about everybody has done went and gone home. I don't see no reasons why you boys can't come on in and have you a drink or two if you behave. Now you knows she just after that there tip monies. But it's alright with me. It's a little cramped in this here lands. Let's goes on in. And that's what we do. We get us a drink or two. Next thing you knows, the lovey-dovey music starts to playing on the jukebox. Little bartender filly has done went and got old Jose's nuzzled up, got him doing dancing somewhat like that there ghost fellas on that there dirty dancing movies. Oh Lord, done went and got me embarrassed. Anyways, I reckons I'll be a-drinking the rest of the evenings by myself. But little did I know, out of the shadows steps this here double plus size fillies, looking about the size of two regular women's, and I likes my women's a little bit thick. Got them starry eyes looking at me, grinning from ear to ears. Oh Lord, Jose's, we got to get on out of here. No, senors. And he says it with the authorities. Oh Lord, what am I going to do? Hands me that there shanks, Jose's, and I'll sneak on over in the corners. And anyways, I takes the shank, sticks her in my back pocket, just in case there's troubles, grabs up my drinks, runs over into the dark corners, hoping maybe she's too drunk or too blind to find me, but she ain't. Next thing I knows, she's a comes up, sits down beside me on a couple of bar stools. Ain't you gonna buy us a ladies a drinks? Well, I'm a-thinking to myself, if there was a ladies around, I would buy us hers a drinks or twos. But they ain't. Now, I didn't tell hers that. Sure, why not? I'll buy us you a drinks if you'll promise to leave me alone. Well, she didn't. Next things you knows, she's a-rubbing my shoulders, running her fingers through my hairs, calling me sweeties and honeys and all other sorts of lovey-dovey names. Oh Lord, got me feeling a little uneasy. Oh Lord, how am I going to get out of this? That's about the time I gets the bright ideas. Well, maybe I can drink some under the tables. She pass out. Problem solved. Have you got any ideas how much alcohols it takes to drink a big woman's under the tables and get her to pass out? It's a lot more than this here truck drivers can make in a week. I'm here to tell you. Anyways, I'm just a-thinking to myself, oh Lord, you got to get me out of this here situation. It'll come along about midnight. That's just exactly what he does. Bar door comes swinging open. This big, brawly fella come walking in. Get your hands off of my woman's. Oh Lord, here's another fine mess old Jose's has done went and got us in twos. I looks up. Old fella ain't a-talking to Jose's. He's a-talking to me. Oh Lord, look here, mister. You done went and got the wrong ideas. I ain't trying to mess with your woman's. I'm just trying to get her all liquored up so when you get his, you can take her on homes and get you some good quality pillow times. But he ain't abiding it. Comes after me's. Now, let me tell you, don't let this here Dunlop's disease fool you. In times of troubles, I can be quick as swirlies. And that's what I do. I swirlies right on around him, goes on over, jerks old Jose's up off of the bartender fillies, grabs him up, sticks that shanks up to his neck, says, "Now don't know nobody else here's booze, or I'll cut him." Now you gets on over there and you sits down with your womans. Bartender fillies, you gets on back there and you fix them a drinks or twos. I throws $40 up on the bars, and I says, "Now we's gonna get on out of here, and don't you get no bad ideas about following us. The first person I sees come out that doors, I'm a cussing him. Now don't you try as me's. I've had enough of this here foolishness." And out the doors we gets. We gets to the vans. Hurry up, Jose's. Let's get on out of here before they figures out what's going on. Click, 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 click. Oh, Lord, wouldn't you know, this fine, classic piece of junk won't crank. By this time, old bartender filly done went and filled them all ins on what's going on, and the threes of them comes out the bars and chum chasing us down. Oh, Lord, here they comes Jose's. Get this thing fired up. She ain't cranking. Oh, Lord, what we gonna do? This fella's gonna kill me. By the time old boy starts to reach for the door handles, the old van fires off a warning shots, backfires, scares them half to death. They think we's a shooting at them. They hits the dirt. She cranks right on up at that point. Old Jose guns it, spins dirt and sand and mud and soot all over them, and we gets on out of Dodge. No harm, no foul. But we ain't a-goes backs. Why, as a matter of fact, me and old Jose's has done decided from now on the Saturday evenings, we's going to go on over to the liquor stores and stocks up on about 5 or 6 or 8 or 10 bottles of the liquors, so as we don't run out on the Sundays. We just going to stay away from the bars altogether. Anyways, I'm a T. Roy Jones, truck driver, and unbeknownst to me, ladies man extraordinaires. Now you go on and have used a nice alcoholic beverages and a nice days, and if you find yourselves on the Sunday afternoons running out of the alcohols, just goes on over to the AA meetings, because you much better off than you are to goes and tries to find an alcoholic beverages at the bars.